Okay, Coach, just want to recap the MTSF championships that happened over last week.
Yeah, last week was incredible. I know we're coming off by far our most successful conference championship in the history of the program. On the season right now, we've broken school records 9 different times, twice in both the 100 and 200 breaststroke. We've got the 1,000 record. We got at the meet the 200 free relay, 400 medley relay, and 800 free relay. And then Violet, right before we left, broke that 3-meter record. So just completely rewriting those record boards. For the first time in school history, we have an athlete qualified for the NCAA championships. So Maria will be going. She qualified in the 100 and 200 breaststroke, which is amazing. Her 100 breaststroke time was also an MPSF record, so that was super exciting. We broke several pool records while we were there. We won 3 out of 5 relays. I mean, it was just an absolute dominant performance across the board.
Kind of going off of that, the team recorded 91 lifetime bests this season. What does that number say about the culture of development within your program and how your athletes are training year-round?
Yeah, I think that word culture is everything. A lot of times you'll have a team go off in one training group or one specific event, and you see really big drops, with your distance crew or with your sprinters specifically. And we had it across the board, every event, both sides of the pool. It was incredible. Like the whole team just stepped up. To see that many lifetime best times is pretty unprecedented, and it was by significant amounts too. Like we weren't seeing small drops, so that was really exciting. On our medley relay the first night, we had a sprinter, we had a kid from our distance group, and we had a couple of kids in the mid-distance group, and all of them just went off the rails and threw down. And so to have that is pretty special. I think a ton of it comes from our leadership. We have just an incredible senior class, really, really strong captains this year. We had a huge freshman class last year that went into that meet and learned a lot. Came out really hungry because I think, they came in this season, they weren't as nervous, they had their heads on a little bit more straight, and then they had that leadership to help guide them. But yeah, it was from across the board, from the freshman class to our senior class, all across all training groups, on the swimming side, on the diving side. Everybody really stepped up to contribute to just be a really, really strong force, and that team domination, I think they all just got sucked into it, and it was just popping off one great performance after another, so it was really, really fun.
With 39 national invitational qualifying times and 2 NCAA cuts, the first in program history, like you mentioned, how have you seen the standard of excellence shift within the team compared to previous? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we went into this meet, and our bottom level kids, the ones that we're hoping can pick up a point here or there, they were disappointed when they weren't making a top 8 final. Kind of the standard was, I'm going to be scoring in the top 8. Becoming first team all conference, making that national team roster, like let's get kids to NCAAs. I was kind of having a little bit of a laugh with Chad the third day of the meet, because we had some disappointments. And some kids getting out of the water feeling unfulfilled and even more hungry for next year. And we were just having a chuckle about it, because those disappointments were still, best times, or, winning a conference championship, but maybe just being slightly off that goal that they had set for themselves. So even our disappointments were still wildly successful in some areas. And I think that it just speaks to where the girls are and where their head is, where their mindset is. They want that next best thing. They're hungry for a true championship at the conference level, and they're hungry to get more kids to the NCAA and get, recognized on that national level. So that's kind of where their heads are right now.
With 4 pool records and 1 NPSF conference record this season, where do you believe this performance positions the team within the conference moving forward? Yeah,
I think we're definitely a dominant force. We scored the most points on the swimming side of the pool, and it was obvious. We got up in a lot of those relays and just pulled away from the pack and drove home on our races a lot better than a lot of the other teams were able to do. They see those records and they want more of them. They see those championships, they want more of them. We are 3 out of 5 relays, we were champions. We were second in another relay, third in the other one, so we podiumed on all 5 relays, and they were disappointed. Why didn't we win all 5 of those? So they're definitely hungry to keep getting better, keep improving, keep really just establishing ourselves not as one of the best programs in the conference, but as the dominant program in the conference.